What's going on, everybody? Woo! Oh, this bike. Oh, you just want to ride and ride and ride. I have been out for, well over an hour and a half now. I went all the way up through Orlando area, came back down by Disney. I've just left Disney, and I'm heading now down 192, heading towards my house this way. So I'm on US 192, and man, oh gosh, I'm having a great time on this 600. And that's what I felt I'd just go ahead and talk about. Why did I pick the Kawasaki Ninja ZX6R versus, say, like maybe a GSXR, an R6, a bad driver who doesn't know what he's doing, and you know, whatever, you know what I mean, that kind of stuff. Here's my thoughts on it. Everybody, of course, has their own personal opinion, and everybody's going to pick out their own bike. And you know what? That's what's amazing. The more competition out there, the better. First off, let's just go ahead and say everybody knows I have a Kawasaki Ninja 250. It isn't sold yet, but that's what I just upgraded from. Oh, by the way, here's Old Town. If the guys have never seen it before, you better heard it out on TV. There's they're coming down from the slingshot right now. I'll slow down a little bit. But that's Old Town. It's really cool. It's like these long streets and stuff. You can see it down there. And you can walk down and have all kinds of little shops and stuff in it. Like, I don't know, all kind of toys and stuff to mess with. So I already had a little bit of a bias towards the Kawasaki brand, so I'm not gonna, there's no denying that, but it doesn't mean I wasn't biased towards any of the other brands now, or against any of the other brands. I went to the dealership, sat on every one of the different bikes, the 600s out there. I jumped up, of course, the Kawasaki dealership. I went on the R6, I won the GSXR 600, and the CBR 600 RR. The only one that I was a little bit against, because it wasn't very comfortable, was the R6. And so I was like, about that. So when it came to making a decision, the RS6 was already at the bottom of the list. I wasn't going to do it. Maybe a little bit too, because it was a little bit of a fanboy bike, and everybody had a fanboy bike like that. But the R6 just, I don't know, it didn't do it for me. Like, because if I'm not comfortable on the bike, I'm not going to want to ride it. My other decisions, GSXR, CBR, both very nice, comfy bikes. GSXR, I automatically kicked out of there because of the fact that I hated the headlight. Good God, the headlight's just awful looking. I'm like, why did you go from the single projector and the sexy little V look in the front and drop down to like a halogen bulb in the front? It was like, you went backwards. So that's why I was just like, about GSXR. The CBR was definitely a second choice for me, but the design on the front wasn't my favorite. It was a good design, but not quite my favorite, and it needed some projectors as well. That's what I think it needs. It needs to upgrade some projectors. And then, of course, lastly, that led to the Kawasaki ZX6R. So then we got to the ZX6R. Obviously, my favorite color, I've already said it, is green. It's been my favorite color since I was a kid. The green and black has always been a sexy color combo, and I've loved it ever since I've seen it. I'm like, yeah. I also like the front face. It gave that mean look to it. It had the projectors, which I love. I'm going to upgrade to some different bulbs themselves, but when I see it every time, gives you those little butterflies in your stomach, and you're like, oh, that's sexy. And that's how I felt. And if you don't feel that way about any bike you go out and buy, then you don't need to buy that bike, unless it's like a starter Ninja or whatever, and you're just like, whatever, only gonna keep this for 6 months to a year anyway, so who really cares? But if you're looking for something serious, make sure you really get the butterflies in your stomach. Oh God, we're already like 60 miles an hour, and I barely even twisted the wrist. Oh, so then, lastly, I mean, like I said, the looks were good, the color was good. I already had a Kawasaki before, so I knew there were going to be good, reliable bikes. And, you know, that's all it took for me, really. That was my main decision-making when I went out to buy a 600. I mean, I was looking around for a while, but, man, the only thing that really got my juices pumping was the ZX6R. And I really was originally going to go for a 2013 Plus, but when I saw the 2012 for such a good deal, I was like, I'm not going to turn it down. I mean, I got it for a great deal. And the resale on these bikes are pretty stinking high. So I was like, I think we found ourselves a winner, guys. Oh my God, it's so good to be on a 600 bike. So generally, that's all I really looked at. And, you know, oh, it just makes me feel good. And when I walk out there, and you see it, and then you take that double take, and you're like, oh, baby, when you walk away, and you look back, and you're like, shit, yeah. And as I say, if you don't look back while you're walking away, it wasn't the right bike for you. Anyways, guys, that's why I bought the 600 ZX6R. I love it. Oh my god, every time I see that green sets it off, I get looks non-stop. I get thumbs up, I get nice bike, and I've only had it for 2 days now, and I'm just like, all I want to do is ride, ride, ride. It just puts a smile on my face every time I'm out here. Anyways, guys, I better go ahead and wrap it up. You can see the sun's starting to set here. It's a beautiful day finally in Kissimmee, Florida here, and I am just going to ride for another 45 minutes, an hour before dinner comes in. So thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, of course, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. Why did you pick your certain bike? And I'll talk to you later. Bye.